You know, we always hear these epic stories about how people meet, right? Like it was destiny written in the stars. But what if modern connections don't really work that way? What if sometimes it all starts with a simple, really awkward mistake? Well, let's get into a story just like that.
So picture this. It's 2:17 in the morning. That weird, quiet time when you're just endlessly scrolling, not really awake, not really asleep. It is the absolute perfect setting for a tiny accidental tap of the screen to kick off something totally unexpected. And here we have it. The moment of impact. Mira posts something thoughtful, kind of deep, and Arav, probably with one eye open, replies with a laughing emoji. I mean, you can just feel the cringe. It's the ultimate digital misstep, a hilarious and awful mismatch in tone.
Okay, so what happens next after this slip of the thumb? Let's break down that immediate panicked aftermath and see how a moment of pure digital horror actually managed to start a real conversation.
You can practically hear the frantic typing in this message, can't you? This is pure damage control. Arav is scrambling, blaming his thumb, trying to undo what he just did as fast as humanly possible.
Now this is the pivotal moment. Mira could have just ignored him. Honestly, she could have blocked him, and nobody would have blamed her. But she doesn't. She shoots back with this witty, clever line. And just like that, a clumsy mistake turns into an actual interaction. The door is officially open.
So where do you go from a cringeworthy emoji? Well, this next phase is all about moving from memes to meaning. We're going to see how that initial awkwardness didn't just fade away. It actually bloomed into a real connection.
And look at this. By day 2, the whole thumb slip thing is already their first inside joke. This kind of banter shows they're way past the awkward part. In fact, they're building their own little language, a way of talking that's totally unique to them. I mean, just look at how quickly this all snowballed. It goes from a single apology on day 1 to a daily habit by the end of the week. This connection wasn't growing because they were in the same place. It was growing one message, one joke at a time.
All right, and then we have the first voice call. This is a huge leap, you know? They're moving away from carefully typed out texts to the much more raw, spontaneous intimacy of hearing someone's voice for the first time. The stakes just got a lot higher. This moment from their first call, it's so telling. Mira actually admits she was annoyed at first, but now? That mistake is the whole reason they're talking. Their connection is literally rewriting its own origin story in real time.
And that brings us to the next stage, voice, video, and vulnerability. This is where the connection really deepens, but it's also where they face their first real tests as they begin to share more than just funny comebacks.
Ah, yes, the first fight. For them, it happens digitally, all because of that dreaded "seen at 2:17 p.m." notification. Her text shows just how much she's come to care, right? And his explanation? A dead phone battery? It's a perfect little example of how easy it is to get our signals crossed through a screen.
The next big step, of course, is the video call. And Mira's reaction here is just so relatable. You can feel the nervous energy, that funny vulnerability of finally being seen for the first time. You know, tired potato and all. Arav's response is just perfect. It's not some generic compliment. He just keeps their playful banter going, which proves that the humor and connection they built over text is just as strong on video. Their personalities clicked first, that's what matters.
This chart really spells it all out, doesn't it? It shows the evolution of their intimacy. They started with jokes and memes, all the light stuff, but look where they went. They started talking about fears, dreams, family stories, even just being there for each other on a bad day. They went from surface-level fun to something truly deep.
Which brings us to the emotional peak of this whole story. We are back at 2:17 a.m., the time where it all started. But this time, it's not about an accident. It's about a choice. Mira just quietly puts this realization out there. Think about that. They are total strangers in the physical world, but emotionally, they're closer than anyone else. This really sets the stage for the one question that could change everything.
And there it is, so direct, so vulnerable. She is putting it all on the line, asking him flat out what this late-night ritual of theirs actually means. It's a huge emotional risk.
Wow. Arav's reply isn't just sweet, it's a full-on confession. He's not just saying he enjoys talking to her, he's saying she's become an essential part of his day. And with Mira's response, you can just feel the relief. The emotional arc comes to this perfect, satisfying conclusion. The has become something very, very real.
So what's the takeaway here? Well, it seems that modern relationships don't always follow those old, predictable scripts about destiny or fate.
Sometimes they just start with a messy, human, accidental moment. And this story is such a great reminder that maybe, just maybe, the best notification you'll ever get might be a complete and total mistake.
So I'll leave you with this thought. We spend so much time and energy trying to avoid mistakes, right? Trying to be perfect, especially online. But maybe our accidents can lead us exactly where we're supposed to be.